Good evening, everybody. It's Friday. It's always nice on Fridays. Done with the work week, hopefully, if you work a Monday through Friday. Do a little bit of hockey talk. We'll do some Penguins injury news. Gino's out week to week with a lower body injury. Most of us were suspecting it was an upper body injury with either the wrist or the elbow or the shoulder, possibly. But Coach Sullivan says that he's out week to week with a lower body injury. Week to week means it could be 1 week, 2 week, 3 week, 4 week, 5 week. Honestly, we will see how many weeks it will be, because if they make a trade here within the next couple of days, you'll know it'll be more of a 2 or 3 week thing. On that note, Jared McCann will be taking over the center duties. He will be in between Kasperi Kapanen and Brandon Tanev. With Teddy Blueger being on the shelf, it's undisclosed so far that I know, as I've seen and heard. Mark Friedman will be a game time decision tomorrow. Both games this weekend are Saturday and Sunday. Saturday at 1 o'clock versus the New Jersey Devils, and Sunday at home here in Pittsburgh at 1 o'clock also against the same New Jersey Devils. Zucker skated for the second day in a row, back here at home. His timetable's still a little bit up in the air. The practice lines were Gensel, Crosby, Rust, Tanev, McCann, Kapanen, Zach Aston Reese, Mark Jankowski, Sam Lafferty, Colton Sevier, Evan Rodriguez, and Anthony Angelo. Your D pairs were Dumo and Letang, Matheson and CC, Pedersen, Marino. If Friedman is a good to go, I would have to venture to say that Marcus Pedersen might be your press box hero, because he's honestly played the worst out of the six. We'll just have to wait to see how it goes. Big shout out to the big Courtney Brown, who says, "What's up, big guy?" It's my boy. Got his nice new gig over at Westinghouse High School, offensive line coach. Congratulations to him. It's awesome. Those kids will be in good hands with you, my friend. It's awesome to see. It's awesome news. Apologize for not keeping up. I've been with softball season starting up. The days are really long, so hope everything's all well with you and Kenya. Everything's going great. But yeah, just with the Penguins news, it's the injury bug's hitting them again. It seems kind of like, Philadelphia. Like, nobody's going to feel bad for you when you're injury plagued. I mean, everybody else wants to do the same thing you're doing. They want to be in the playoffs. They want to play for that prize. You know what I mean? So that's kind of, how it goes. It's one of those things. Injuries happen. Hopefully you have, team depth. Right now, as of yesterday's game, going down 3-2, they looked really, really sloppy the other night against the Devils. It was, Tristan Jory came, like the Jack Hughes goal up off of the shoulder was a fantastically placed shot. There's not a lot of goaltenders in the NHL that would have stopped that. And then a couple of screens and deflections on the other two goals. It happens. But you can't rely on Sid, Gensel, and Russ being your only scoring line. You do need that scoring depth. And honestly, with Teddy Blueger being one of those guys in the pregame skate that ended up getting hurt, it really, really put them behind the eight ball. So, with that being said, my cat's obviously talking a lot too. I'm not sure if you can hear her, but yeah, she's annoyingly loud. The goaltending situation has been a non-factor for me. Like I said, at the beginning of the season, everybody said that, the goaltending was going to be the thing that hinders the Penguins. But the goaltending actually has been fantastic. Casey DeSmith actually has been really, really admirable in his spot starts that he gets. And the fact that Tristan Jarry is finally coming into his own, it's good to see. I'm going to check on a couple other things also. I want to see what Elliot Friedman has going on, because there was a couple trades and stuff like that, but nothing was really pressing. Boston, or I'm sorry, not Boston. Buffalo was trading Jonas Johansson to Colorado. Not exactly sure for what, but it was in discussion. I have a feeling within the next couple of days you're going to start seeing a lot more trades come up, considering the fact that injuries are still a big part of what's going on. Guys are getting put on waivers, stuff like that. It's nothing really, no pressing issues like that way wise. Just want to see the Pens actually keep rolling, keep getting everything done, get everybody healthy just in time for the playoffs. Maybe make a move, on a forward. They are talking bottom six, but I'm sorry, I think the third line, when healthy, Zach Aston-Reese, Teddy Bluger, and Brandon Tanev is one of the best in the NHL at keeping sustained pressure in the forward zone. It'd be nice to get a guy that who's a fourth line guy, which not a lot of fourth line guys can score. But honestly, our fourth line with Angelo Lafferty and Sevier, or whoever you pick and prod into the mix. Radim Zahorna was called up today to the taxi squad. Radim Zahorna, if you've been paying attention to me, like the beginning in training camp, they had a video where these guys were mic'd up and they were like, everybody was like looking and like, they were like, dude's a beast. He's 6'6" and 200 and some pounds, and the kid can flat out fly for being a big boy. And he's not afraid to use his weight, and he's got a good shot. I would love to see him get some playing time, even if it's fourth line minutes, which is probably roughly about 6 to 8 minutes a game, if he's lucky. But Sully has been willing to roll that fourth line a little more lately, which is not a bad problem to have. There goes the kitty. She's mad now because she wants to be in here with me. She wants to talk hockey, but she can't talk. But anyways, there's lots of things that we can, hopefully see the Pens do in the future. I know Ron Hextall is not a Jim Rutherford. Jim Rutherford always loved.
Put it down.
The problem with Ron Hextall is he's one of those guys who's patient and waits to make a deal. Jimmy Rutherford was one of those guys that pulled the trigger. He would have already had 2 or 3, maybe even 4 deals already done by now. But defensively, I think they have too many left shot defensemen. That's kind of a nice problem to have. One of those guys, meaning probably Marcus Pettersson, is expendable. Somebody wants to take that $4 million contract per year. I think he's kind of your weak link in your defensive core. A little bit of too many misplays of the puck. There's a lot of that happens with him. Happens with Chris Letang too, but they won't do anything with him. I like talking trash on certain guys because I've noticed when I've talked about how much I dislike their play right now, they could usually come back within, the next game or two and score or put up some good points, or make some good plays to, make things, interesting, or to try to make me look bad. They must, take cliff notes from the show here. Yeah, it just, the other thing is, you look at right now, you're in a good spot. You're in the playoffs right now. The the standings right now, I want to say the Pens are in third right now in the division. Right now, you got in the playoff picture, you in the Central Division, you have Tampa, the Lightning, Panthers, Hurricanes, and Blackhawks. Blue Jackets are 2 points out. The Predators are 5-6 points out as of right now. The East Division, which is the Penguins division, the Caps and Islanders are tied for first with 42 points. Pens are right there with 37. The Bruins with 36. Flyers with 33. Rangers are catching up quick. Considering they're in rebuild mode, they're at 28 points, so they are a good 7-8 points out right now. But with Artemi Panarin coming back from his little leave of absence, it could get interesting. We'll have to wait and see what happens. The West Division, Vegas, Colorado, Minnesota, and St. Louis are all top right now. The Kings are close. The Coyotes are close. That division is going to be Vegas's to lose. Everybody always has put money on Colorado, but my money's still on Flower in net. He's been standing on his head. The Vegas Golden Knights are 26-1 this season. One of the lowest goals against in the league. It's fantastic to see, Flower at 36 years old still getting it done. The North Division, which is all Canada, the Maple Leafs, which all the Canadian, the TSN, and everybody were high on, saying, "Oh, this is the Maple Leafs year. They're running away with this division." Well, don't look now. The Edmonton Oilers are tied with you for first place. The Winnipeg Jets are only 2 points back, and they just beat them the other night. Canadians are also right there at 34 points, and the Canucks at 32, Flames at 31. So that division is coming down to 6 teams fighting for forward places. Don't count any of them out. Even Ottawa's, been surprising considering the roster has been a lot of young guys. They're 10, 20, and 3. I think they may have found themselves a goaltender in the young kid that started the other night for them when Matt Murray went out. I'm trying to look up to see what his name is. Not worried about it right now. He played a pretty good game against Toronto. That Matt Murray may end up being on the move again from Ottawa. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. But with the Pens this week with their schedule, with the games against New Jersey, and then I think pretty sure they have Buffalo coming up after that. And Boston. Let's see. We got the Devils back-to-back this weekend. Wednesday and Thursday, you got Buffalo back-to-back. The Islanders this next weekend. Boston after that. And the Rangers for 2. The Devils again. Flyers. Buffalo, New Jersey. Like the bottom part of our schedule is kind of team-friendly, with a lot of games being against Buffalo and New Jersey, the bottom dwellers in the division. So that's where you want to rack up your points, to hopefully try to pull ahead while the other teams are killing each other and trying to keep their races tight with each other. Just hopefully that pans out for the Pens. See what happens going forward. Just as long as we don't have any more injuries. That's key. You have to get your key players back and healthy. Got a lot of games left, but not a lot of games left. So it's coming up where it's crunch time now. The trade deadline's April 12th. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Chucklehead's walking behind me. And we'll be cutting it close now because, there's not a whole lot going on. Everybody's playing 2-game series, stuff like that. No trades have been going up, just injuries, unfortunately, right now. So as of now, we're going to end it on a high note. Hopefully the Pens, take Saturday and Sunday's games this weekend. Hope everybody takes care of each other. You guys all have a great weekend. Enjoy the beautiful weather. Maybe set up a big screen of your own. Yeah, that's another thing. If you're going to watch some hockey games outside, show us, send us a pic of, how you have it set up or what you're watching. Even if it's basketball, I don't care what it is. Send it to Loudmouth Sports Talk. Post your how you're watching the games, whether it's basketball, football, baseball, hockey, it doesn't matter. Flood us with your pictures of how you're watching stuff and how you're enjoying the beautiful weather on the weekend. Talk to everybody again soon. We'll see you guys. Take care.